Um, my name is Eran Tamir, and I work at Brandeis University at the Mandel Center for Studies in Jewish Education. And the topic of this spotlight session today, as you can see, is preparing and retaining high-quality teachers, implications for the future of Jewish day schools in North America. I like to just say like few words about like why I convened this session. I think throughout my own research and the research of others, I think I observe both a challenge and an opportunity in the field of Jewish education in regards specifically to the preparation that we can provide to Jewish day school teachers, can provide or not provide. It's a matter of prioritizing what we do, and I think it's also a good timing to talk about it because of what's happening outside of Jewish education in the field of general education, with all the conversation that is going on for quite some time about high-quality teachers and the research that has been done about this topic. So I would like to say a few words about, I think we can see from research coming in the last decade, and even more in the last decade, that high-quality teachers make a big difference. Some scholars are go so far as saying that having a high qualified teacher in a classroom is the single most important factor that we can have on the learning outcomes of a student. Education economist Eric Hanushek is saying that the difference between having a high-quality teacher and a weak, or as he say, good and bad teacher, it can go on. It can, like, the gap is between half a year of learning to a 1.5 year of learning. So it's a year of learning that we can get from a better teacher. So it's definitely important, and in general education, and it's, I think, as similarly important to the field of Jewish education. Now, the issue of high-quality teachers is associated with retention. We cannot talk about, like, teachers don't come out or are not created, at least that's how I think about it. They are not just good or bad. They should have a good preparation, and then they should have good mentorship and good induction that can help them in the process of becoming effective teachers. And I think retention is an important factor, because if we cannot retain teachers in their first few years in school, then we cannot expect them to become effective teachers or highly qualified teachers. And again, there is big volume of research showing, from quantitative research to qualitative research, that teachers need to be in the classroom at least 3 to 5 years. And this is something that, of course, needs a lot of support from the schools, and it also helps if they went through a good teacher preparation program. This event today, this session, I thought about it as an opportunity because we recently wrote a report, which I guess some of you have received in the mail or through the email. And this report about the DELET alumni who comes through the DELET program at Brandeis University and HUC in LA is a program that we try to create in response to what we see as a lack of having longitudinal research data in the field of Jewish education. So in general education, we have the school and staffing survey, for example, which provide rich information about teachers over time, and we can see what happens to a teacher as he or she enters the classroom, and we can see what happens to them along the way, if they stay or leave, and if they move, and why, and we don't have it in Jewish education. So we do know, however, that teachers, there is a problem of attrition in Jewish day schools, and there are some studies who have suggested to that, and we do know that this attrition is not helpful in terms of having helping young teachers become effective. So this DELET survey that we created is, I think, a relatively small-scale attempt to counter this lack of data that we have in the field. We try to see what happens to people, to teachers who graduated from this program, teacher preparation program, in their first few years. We ask them questions about their school context. We ask them questions about why did they choose teaching. And over time, we can see what happens to those who left the profession, who moved from school to school, who decided to stay in their school, and what kind of things are affecting these decisions that they are making. And this is, thanks to their participation of these teachers, this is like invaluable data that we can have in the field. So I would like to, without further ado, to present the three discussants that we have here, and who were kind enough to agree to read the DELET report and to share from their experience what they think are the interesting findings that they saw in the report. I think Andrea is one of the teachers who were really first in the DELET program, and she's currently teaching in the Paul Penna, I hope that I'm pronouncing it right, downtown Jewish day school in Toronto. And I was hoping that she would provide some insight from the perspective as of a teacher in a Jewish day school. Then we have Carol Ingle, who is Dr. Bernard Heller, Professor of Jewish Education at the Jewish Theological Seminary. And we have Mark, Doctor and Rabbi, Mark Smiley, who is the Director of Education and Head of School of the Associated Hebrew School Day Schools of Toronto. I saw that I asked him if that's something wrong with the way it is written, but I was told that that's the way it is. So each of them would provide 6 to 7 minutes of response to the survey, and then